Now this video will be quick to the point. I will talk about the top 3 stocks that have a huge potential in the next few weeks or days, and it's good for swing trading. My exact game plan on it and why I think it's a good trade, and with the exact entry and exit price. And also, please do your own due diligence before entering, because for education purpose only, what I think is good and what I will be doing. And if you guys are in the chat, I will announce it when I get into the trade or not as well. Okay, so let's get into this. Number 1 is SPWR, Sun Power. It's an energy stock, and it has a really nice run previously, and now it's coming down and cooling down. But now it's looking like it's going to go for another run. And the reason why is because of this. If you look at the chart, there's 2 pivot points. If you draw these 2 pivot points, there's a breakout here. Okay, whenever there's a breakout, the stock goes up huge. Lot of times. Okay, it holds out outside and then eventually goes up. So this is a perfect area to get in. And notice here at the same time it's making these lower highs. So every time the stock comes up, it gets bought back up, comes back, bought back up, comes down, bought back up, comes down again, that's bought back up, and it's making this nice trend. Okay, and so if you look at a triangle pattern, and now the stock is breaking out of it. Now I'm expecting something like this here. Okay, and that is why I want to get in as close as possible to this trend. Okay, the key thing is to actually get as close as possible as to the breakout, so that if it does fail, you take a small loss, and if it works, you take a bigger profit. You always want to make sure that your risk reward is in your favor. You're making more, but you're losing less. Okay, but it's possible that it could go down. It does something like this. If it does that, I will get out. Okay, so here's my game plan on it. When the market opens, buy in the next few days, buy as close as possible to this area at the breakout area on the pullback. So buy closer on $30 to $32, depending how how it opens up, if it gives me that area or not. So you have something you have to look into this. And if I do get in, I will announce it in the trade. But maybe I miss it because I'm actually I'm a day trader, so I day trade very, very heavily. But if I do see a good opportunity, this will be on my watch. Okay, and if I do get in, the first target would be around 34, because you see a push, you get the first target just to make sure you lock in some profit, right? The second target would be around 30, 35, 36, and then the third final profit would be around $40 around this area. So expect a huge push, and then the final target is 45. But the stop loss, which is very, very important, which is if the trend breaks. So if you see this trend is holding, if the stock breaks this trend, I will get out here. Okay, I will not hold. I don't hold stocks or bag hold stocks. I get it with a specific plan, and I have profit targets. I have my buy area. I have my stop loss. Whatever hits first, I do that. The reason why is that this keeps me very, very emotional. In fact, not emotional. I mean, it keeps me out of the emotions, because I know exactly what I'm going to do when the stock does or behave in a particular way. If it goes up, I take profits. If it goes down, I get out. And this keeps emotions out of my way. Okay. That being said, let's look at LI Motors, number 2. So LI Motor is an electric vehicle Chinese stock, but the fact that they are actually making money already and their revenue just be going up and up and up, this makes me very, very excited. I do have long term in LI as well. I bought it around $20, and the reason why was because there was this support area. I'm going to talk about this later, but here it is. There's a trend break here, right? You see this here. If I draw the trend break here, and there's a trend break here, and notice here actually it kind of broke out at this area and it came back inside. Okay, but look what it did. It actually held this support area and it bounced up again. So this is a double bottom. So it means that every time the stock comes down to this $20 area, people buy it. It comes down area, people buy it. Now again it's breaking out. So now I want to see this trend hold, and I want to see something like this. It stays outside this trend. Okay, see something like this action. When it does that, what that basically means is that now it's holding outside the trend, which is a trend reversal pattern. Unlike here, you see how it broke the trend and it did not stay outside, it came back in, but now it's again coming back out. So now I want to see it hold outside. If it does that, this is a very, very good bullish signal. The stock is reversing. So that being said, if I do get in, my profit targets will be around this area. So let's talk about my game plan. Okay, so I'm going to buy close to this area, around this area, if I do see this action. Okay, around 23, 24. First target will be as soon as I get the first nice push around $27. Then the second price will be around 30, which is a whole number. And then if I do get the push, we'll look for around 32, 35. Let's see what happens. Okay, but real money, you want to make sure you get it as close as possible to your stop loss area. So the stop loss will be if the trend breaks, below the 20 bucks around this area. I will get out just because it should be holding this area, around this area. I do have long term, which is separate. Long term, I got it around 20 bucks. So if you do see this area, I mean, it could be good for long term, but this is swing trading. So I will stick to my stop loss no matter what. Okay, and that being said, next is Mara. So Mara is a Bitcoin stock. The more Bitcoin goes up, Mara most likely is going to go up. But that being said, it's also making a very, 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 very bullish pattern. So notice here, there's a trend break going on. Now I talked about this in our chat that, hey guys, before it even broke, I talked about this, and I talked about our Sunday weekly live stream as well, when it was actually hovering around 40, and I said look for a breakout. But let's say if you missed it, so the next area would be look forward to a pullback around right above this support area, like this trend break, and try to get in as close as possible and expect a move like this. Okay, and that's why, because whenever there's a break, the stock comes back down a lot of times, holds, and then boom, has a major breakout. Okay, and then you take profits along the way. Stop loss will be if it does come back inside the trend. If it does something like this, I'm out. So I'm going to take a loss. Okay, so because my whole idea is that, hey, I'm buying the breakout. So if it does break out, right, and if it fails the breakout, then their plan is not valid anymore, right? So always have a stop loss. So here's the game plan on it. Buy as close possible to 42 to 43 around this area, okay, and the pullback. Don't chase it. Don't chase on 50 bucks right now where it is. Let it come pull back, and if you miss it. I don't care. I'm not going to chase the stock, because if you do chase a stock and let's say you buy on top and it comes back down, then you're so far away from, like, you can take a bigger loss, right? So your risk to reward is all screwed up. So that's why I don't chase the stock. Second thing is that once it breaks, then it goes, if you do get that action, so take profits around 55, 50, 55, and then 60. It could go up to 100, I don't know. You want to see what it does. Maybe you can take a small piece, leave a small piece and let it go if the trade really works out, and stuff like that. So you gotta just plan it accordingly, but that's gonna be my main plan. And then the stop loss will be if it comes back down inside. Alright guys, so these are the top 3 stocks. So guys, if you like it, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be putting out whenever I see some nice trend patterns forming in a hot sector, I'll make a video on it, and I'll post it, guys, and see what's my game plan on it. Alright guys, so take care.